is taking a 1-0 approach. Even though this team is on a 5-game winning streak and they have an unranked opponent coming into town today, he said all we have to do is keep going 1-0 all year long. If we keep a week-by-week focus, we'll look up and be in the college football playoff. That was his message to the team before this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles offense that has the first possession of the game. Boy, you can go down the list of classic endings in this series, and last year we had one with the Canes pulling it out.
And Miami was the one who got to celebrate because they eked it out, they got the close win, and more importantly, Palmer, they got to brag for a year about beating their in-state rival, Florida State.
They're hoping they can do that for another year, and they know that this is going to be another dogfight. This is simply one of those games at the start of the year. Miami, Florida State, you know someone's winning, but it's not going to be by a lot of points. Miami's hoping they can make it 2 more.
And the Seminoles have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. The Noles come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Looking for room at the 40. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lopez. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. And the Seminoles are marching down the field. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
Right back to the well. Defense holds their ground, pick up of a yard. It's at the 26.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll run it again. And he's in! Touchdown, Florida State!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football team.
And they did tack on the extra point. Coming out with it, it's Lyle. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So Miami's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. Malachi Tony. And you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense.
And I'm just telling you, being around Jesse Palmer all week, these two schools, he wouldn't mind playing for these schools because they develop the wide receiver position year in and year out. They find guys with athletic ability that are playmakers, and it's no different today. Palmer
makes the catch, and he's free. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Now, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? And Florida State was in the 8.
Might have a chance. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Hurricane! Once he got some room, it was over.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
The sure hands, it's Riles. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Makes it past the marker. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Noles!
And he's in for his 2nd touchdown, man. He knows what to do when he gets down here. He knows how to get in the end zone, and I love when you can run the football as you get closer to that goal line. Be the more physical team, and they're doing just that.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Throwing, Mensah. Finds his man. It's Lofton. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything, and the U is no...
He'll take the deep shot, and they won't make the connection going for the big play.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Gets the back moving. The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Finds a man in the middle. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Canes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Caught behind the line. It's Vaughn. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. Could not make his way to the corner.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. That's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him and create the takeaway.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to throw, it's Daniels. Fires to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make...
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
And these are the mistakes backed up you can't make as a quarterback, man. You've got to protect the football. Big-time mistake. Defense capitalizes and sets their offense up with elite field position.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Second and goal for this offense. Here's Mensah to throw. Took a shot as he threw.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got third.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Canes!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he tacks on the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Carter. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Right? You're going to be a great player. You've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Daniels. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around, hand it off, and get positive yards and set themselves up into manageable 3rd down situations. And we've seen them at any area of the field so far in this one have success in the running game. They'll keep that up until this defense proves they can stop it.
They punted away on 4th down. He'll take it on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
The Seminoles decide to punt it away.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. The run inside. It's Fletcher. Strong run there to pick up 4 and get it out to the 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Just feeds the running back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got a little grass. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
And these 3rd downs obviously are so crucial, and that's why you call them the money down. But just to get the drive started, man, you get the 3rd down, you get a little bit nervous. Nice job executing, running the football, moving the sticks, and now keeping this drive moving.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn.
Brings into the open. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability too.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to the counter. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Right back to it. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. And the Canes line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Can't meet the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Running inside, it's Fletcher.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Mensah. Got it behind the line. It's Fletcher. He'll go out of bounds right at the 40-yard line as this offense continues to show great patience.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Canes will punt this one away. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Nice move there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Seminoles can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Going downfield for the big play. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. And the Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. field, this one in tight quarters. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking to throw on first down. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Release to the back. Oh, he makes the catch. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Hurricanes will call their third timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And the Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mensah. Caught in the backfield, it's Fletcher. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He'll pull it down. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a second and long. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Oh, they're after him. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum, it plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
And the Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
Miami's head coach told me coming out of the locker room, they have got to use this home team's energy and enthusiasm to their benefit. As you know, this game has a lot of implications. It could separate them in the conversation for the college football playoff, but they have got to have a little better performance here to start the third. We'll see if this home crowd gives them the energy that they need.
All right, Holly. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Pulls it and fires to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. That penalty puts the defense in a bind. It'll be 3rd and 1. To the ground to try to move the chains. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And it's not a surprise so far in how this game is unfolding. Like, they're going to continue to feature this dude. Like, 3rd downs, get him the football. Shoot, 1st downs, you're going to get him the football. Had a good start to this football game, and I expect we're going to continue to hear his name over and over in this one.
Might as well give it to him again.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here's Mensah to throw. Bringing the heat. Trying to get rid of it.
Well, that's not necessarily a throw that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but I love the decision. We're in the second half. We've got a tie game. You cannot turn the football over. And if nothing's open downfield, just do the smart thing and throw the ball away. I love that decision by the QB.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. On target over the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. On the ground with the counter. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Rides to the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he
makes a catch. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They're working that left, fighting for the goal line, and the ball's out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to it. Follows a good block there, picks up 3s out to the 9. You've got a 3rd and manageable, back up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. And he won't make it to the marker, stonewalled for the 2nd straight play. The Noles will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Looks it in at the 40. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. Holly, what update do you have for him?
Checking in from the Miami sideline. Something I've got my eyes on is how the running back is moving and cutting. As you know, he did get really banged up in that game last week despite the win. And he's going to have to fight through some bumps and bruises here today. I've got my eyes on him, and I will keep you posted down here from the field. Back to you.
Howie, we'll see how they react. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Out of the gun. The running back has it. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. With the catch, it's Vaughn.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Mensah. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Got it, looking for the first down. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. And the Canes will try to pin them back with the punt. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. They'll try the right side. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Red pass hits complete. Oh, he's got some space. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. And send the tight end in motion. The give out of the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to run for it. Could be an alley. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So 1st down will open up the final period. To the air, it's Daniels. On target to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Seminoles go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll run it from the gun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They feed him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
And the missed connection on third down.
We need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter and take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Turns it loose deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their look.
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Vaughn. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
They'll run play action. That's caught. It's Lofton. Makes his man miss. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
What they would give to help their kicker out with a few yards on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 55-yarder. They'll send the back in motion. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. This time he's got him. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy.
Touchdown, Miami! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You can tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Throws to the tight end. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Daniels. Makes the catch. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. A quick break in the action here as they tend to the injured Hurricane. And the Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got it in the middle, it's Riles. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Got enough for the first. Finding some room. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Seminoles look to keep this drive humming. That's reeled in. It's Robinson. Touchdown, Seminoles! They've got the lead here in the fourth. The Seminoles back in the lead.
Man, this is wild late in the game. We're seeing 2 heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Finds his man.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Wide receiver comes in motion. Still on his feet at the 40. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
We got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for a first down.
There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's Vaughn. Oh, what a move to get open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, the offense is humming now, and you're seeing they can generate explosive plays in a variety of ways. They had the big run on the previous play. That time they're able to take a shot. Everything they're dialing up right now is working beautifully.
Throwing, Mensah. He's got the tight end. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. They'll run with Brown. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. The Hurricanes back on top.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown and, more importantly, take the lead.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Unloads it left. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe...
Turning on the Jets. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion to get the momentum going, but they come up with a huge explosive play, and that might be the one that wins the game.
Quick completion on the out. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Seminoles have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to throw on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, they're running 4 verticals down the field, and the quarterback's just hoping one of those matchups can win. But you got to give the defense credit. They were ready for it on the back end, and that is a massive interception late in this game with the score so close.
Huge interception. The 2-minute drill a lot of times decides the football game. And this defense, man, you could tell they were ready for 4 verts. They played deep. They read the quarterback's eyes. They break on the football, and they probably end this football game.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. One more time, it's Brown. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. A rivalry defined by wide rights, wide lefts, mascot arrest went right down the middle, and a well-earned victory for the Miami Hurricanes.